particularly comfortable on. But by the time you get through all of that chopping down, the final map is one that, you know, you didn't feel strongly that you had to ban it. So clearly you feel relatively comfortable on it. Not the best map for both of these two, but a decent one nonetheless. So hopefully we'll have another nice close matchup here.
Yeah, and as we head into Ancient, it's our second best of one of the day. Rebels are currently 0-1, and Alternate aTTaX are currently 1-0. I feel like going 2-0 very early on is going to really put you in a position where you are very comfortably making that playoff bracket. But here we go, a whole host of utility for Rebels. 2 flashes, 2 smokes, and a Molotov, and they're already heading towards A. But look at this, Perks, he's getting right into their face.
Oh man, this angle is so cheeky. It does get checked! Oh, his head is clean off of his shoulders. And it's a numbers advantage here for Rebels Gaming. Are they going to check this box? Are they going to check it? It flashes us out. They're going to move into position here. Don't spot freeze, but still win the battle. Now they have full control of the site. aTTaX is going to be good for 1, but advantage heavily still in favor of Rebels. aTTaX, can he make it 2? Can he make it 3? Can he get a 4K to win his team this round? Time is running out. Julie's in hand, and there you go. It's going to be Flay to deny him anything, really.
Okay, like, great round from Flay, but what was that flashbang? Freeze had them lined up. They were none the wiser. They had no idea he was around big box. He was just about to swing, and a dastardly team flash came out of nowhere and landed right in front of his noggin. I don't know who threw that, but they are having some very choice words said to them right now. But these are the positions. I think it was, I don't know, but sorry, that was so just like, I saw that happen. I was like, oh, Freeze is going to get 3 here, but then nope, team flash. But yeah, we saw how important pistol rounds were in the first game, especially with Paris struggling a little bit on the gun rounds, how important it was to pick up these first few rounds. Alternate aTTaX, it's going to be a full eco, and for Rebels, it's just about how cleanly can they end off this affair.
Gamble stack B with the potential for a retake on A. Rebels still playing this as carefully as they can. Don't want to get too hyper-aggressive here, even though they have the advantage. kisserek, oh, you've got to be kidding me. 2 beautiful kills over towards the B site. Bomb's not even here, man. He's just playing suppressive fire. Going to be looking to get a 3rd there. Can't get the 4th, unfortunately. But a beautiful opener from him. And there you go, Olymp. Not expected here in Cheetah. Okay. It was a little labored, but he got there in the end. Clean round for Rebels.
Okay, now we get into the real meat and potatoes of it all. Bonus round for Rebels. 2 Glils, a Mac-10, but a whole host of utility. Orp already very early out for aTTaX. Wow. He had a great time at the ESL Meisterschaften. He had like a 1.5 rating up against Big Academy on LAN. Like, I really want to see more of him, because I think he's had a very troubling year with like Sengal and you know, Into the Win. He played UKCS for a little bit, but now back on the German roster with the AWP, posted towards the A bomb site, but doesn't seem like he's going to take much action, as the T side are looking to shoot towards middle, through shelf and through elbow.
Nice little molly there to give them the space they need to cross over. Now they have a strong presence in towards mid. No real mid aggression just yet. They are going to slowly start to make their way up and try to claim some of that space. aTTaX has repositioned here, holding in towards Donut. Such a good spot for him, but still a bit of util here for Rebels. They could push him off of that angle. And in fact, that's not even the play, right? They're just going to hold for, you know, try to get a late rotation. Meanwhile, rest of the team heading in over towards that B site.
Perks is in a great luck. I love this. We're just going to be a little bit too late. And look at Olymp. He's snuck through perfectly. aTTaX has to be very acutely aware of this, because if he's not, that's going to be a great opener and also completely cuts off the rotations. Alternate aTTaX have a complete idea of what's going on, can just the pieces fall in favor of them, and it seems like it might not. Perks, will he be there in time? Coming from elbow, finds the first. That's the advantage. Now has a tuck tail and head back towards the A bomb site. And speaking of Olymp, over towards Red Room, he doubles down, catches 2 players, lackadaisically unaware of him. It's a 3 versus 3, but the bomb site is in the clutches of Rebels.
I love the idea behind this, but they do get that bomb down, so at least that little bit of extra for them. They've picked up the AWP, but it could get taken away. Misses the shot, and there you go. AWP ripped from their clutches, and defuse will come through. I love that. I love that. They take a bit of aggression in towards mid, or maybe not aggression, but a bit of presence. This allows Olymp to push all the way up towards CT spawn. Then they head over towards B, but again, they're just posting up someone for a potential late lurk, or to catch rotations. Like, they were controlling every piece of the map, but the one piece that they did not expect was the lurk out of A from Perk, and it activates perfectly, gets him that first kill, and then unfortunately, up towards Red Room, the Olymp positioning gets traded out very quickly, and alternate aTTaX retake control. I love the idea, but the execution wasn't where it needed to be.
Yeah, I feel like that was actually a perfect round, and just really unfortunately, the one piece, as you said, went away from that. It's a good first round for alternate aTTaX. I thought Olymp's double would be enough to at least send them over the line, but apparently not. And Panics, even though he had the AWP out, a little bit unfortunate, he gets caught unwary. But this is that was great set play for him. Throws a Molotov towards the steps going onto shelf, and then just posts up, and Olymp walks into his crosshair. This time the lurk will not be able to pester them. And Rebels, they're completely just sectioned and strangled over towards this B bomb site. Very similar to what happened last round.
A great read from them to deny Olymp early on. Now Execute comes in towards the site. Alternate aTTaX, good for 2. It will get traded by Flay, who had a good opener to this map. Now with only 2 players left alive, Flay just carries on, literally flaying the enemy. Bomb hasn't been planted yet. There is another lurk being set up. Util dump to deny the plant. And Freeze will activate. And now Flay is the last one left alive. Take that back. No one left alive.
Was that Perks? I think that was, yeah, great util set. It really bugs me when people use Molotovs as the bomb's being planted. That's not how you utilize a Molotov in these positions. Utilize a Molotov to, preemptive and deny it ever happening. And that's exactly what happens. There's a great util set from Perks, and he just sets up lovely for the lurk. Really nice round from alternate aTTaX. A great opener, and also a great B defense. Rebels, once again, with no map control, forced to go through smokes, forced to go towards that B bomb site, moving like rooks to their despair.
That's alternate aTTaX, still in a bit of a shoddy situation economically, but it is an anti-eco, full-on aggression down out towards mid. Freeze will get the first, but SNX going to be able to trade it out over on the A site. And the problem is, A site, one person, one anchor. Site is free and clear. Bomb can get planted nice and open, which is going to make this hold that little bit easier for them. And Kisser, I mean, he's just keeping them busy in perpetuum so that they can't rotate. Now Bomb is safely planted. One gun for Flay, and one gun is all they need. He's a monster.
No, surely not. They know Goody's coming as well. Okay, that's the one gun. SNX with a deagle. The bomb is more than half tick though, but that's a great smoke. Okay. Oh wait, where's that smoke gone? It jumped very deep in the temple. Okay, never mind. Great damage though, and Ozok almost gives the Rebels a 4 frag, but Christ. 3 kills in a bomb plant with full USPs and like 1 deagle. That should just never, ever remotely be able to happen.
Yeah, it feels like there's a strong lean towards playing Retake A, which I understand. Retake A is a little bit easier than Retake B. Retake B, very funnel, and you can really shoot yourself in the foot on that one. But if that anchor player on A goes down, if they're not able to back out and regroup with the rest of their team for retake, you have lost space, you've lost time, and you have almost no openings left to you. So, unfortunate one there, but still, alternate aTTaX, bring it back.
However, straight back to reality, a double opener on 2 different parts of the map, putting them towards this A bomb site. Panics all by himself, completely blindsided, and run down. Rebels put pedal to the metal and just steamroll towards this A bomb site. We were saying that they at least recovered in that last round. However, they were not even remotely prepared for this round. And now, because this last round was so unnecessarily expensive, look at their economy. Goody and Orzo, well, they have to save. They really cannot afford to give up any weapons here. And luckily for Orza, kisserek's shadow will give him away. But now, if I'm Rebels, I'm maybe sending 2 players to take these rifles away, because if they don't save these rifles, then there's literally nothing in the next round.
At the same time, though, I don't know if Rebels risks it. Rather just make sure that you keep yourselves alive, keep that economy bolstering and burgeoning for yourselves. Make sure that you're comfortable into the next few rounds. You want to create a little bit of a buffer for yourselves. If they'd lost a weapon there, it would have been a painful rebuy for them. Doable, but with some pretty dire long-term consequences. It's a difficult decision to make in the moment. It's definitely a bit of a coin flip. But personally, I think Rebels made the right choice there. Great round from them. Again, they know that the A site is that slightly weaker site. aTTaX going for a very aggressive attempt at a hold in A and just getting deleted at every avenue. I have to see how they adapt to that. And it looks like, okay, aggressive mid. And there's just no one there.
Isn't exactly a negative thing that there's no one there, though, because at least they have that space, and now they can turn their attention towards B, and that's exactly what they've done. They've taken all their space towards B. I'm not sure exactly what Gigabrain strat they're trying to do there, but no, this actually mid control into B control and just maintaining A presence this is potentially the perfect round alternate attacks could have played in this scenario. The issue now is they've completely run out of utility. And now, as this utility fades, they've already had set down, they're exposed to everywhere again. And this, at a minute mark, gets very difficult. And Rebels just need to make sure that now they've got this man advantage. They just don't need to, you know, give it up. But,
and there we go. Beautiful. Nice aggressive hold there from Perks. I mean, Rebels play this very, very well, playing the patient game, baiting out as much utility as they possibly can, but maybe they wait a little bit too long. It's okay. They shoot harder. 4 versus 2 here. A site absolutely free and clear. Bomb plant for free. And perhaps this is the moment where alternate attacks... I say the moment. They saved in the last round. It could be a double save. 2 saves in a row would be...
I like it.
Rough, to say the very least. 100%, it's the right call to make, but it's rough being in that position.
It's rough being in that position, but I'd much rather be in this position than going into next round, which is a full eco with absolutely nothing. But yeah, as I said, I think that was a great round from alternate attacks, but Rebels, all they had to do was just wait, and that's kind of exactly what they did. I think kisserek getting a opener over towards B, I think he got it onto Orza, if I'm not mistaken. That completely changes everything. Like, as soon as you give up a kill on an extremity, which you're that aggressive on, it completely changes the dynamic of the whole hold from alternate attacks. And you can see Perks, like, he should never have been allowed to die from shelf, but because Orza was killed towards B, it allows that possibility. And now they said it's going to be a full eco. They've got these 2 CV1Ss, but apart from that, it's just going to be USPs.
Can't even say it's the right call. It's genuinely the only call. Make sure that they can have a little bit of cash into the next round. Being very back and forth, though. It's very difficult to call, you know, which team is looking better. I think for now, just because Rebels have been on a little bit of a streak, put a little bit of a favor towards them. And I love how dynamic they're playing. Every round is different from the one before. You can see they've really put a lot of time into their set plays. What are you doing, Goody? Yeah, right, cool. That was something, I suppose, trying to get, you know, be a little bit surprising, run out there, maybe get a surprise kill, but no, just shut down, stopped in his tracks.
Like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it, because in these scenarios, what are you going to really do? And I think you mentioned it there, like, try something a bit different. I think if you are going to do that, you may as well at least call for an Orza to buy a flashbang for you, I feel like, with that, yeah. But, sure, look, it's not the end of the world. Freeze got is that a Zeus or it's a PG-15? Oh, no. I mean, naughty Olymp for not clearing his corners, but Orza, I would be so tilted if I'm Freeze. You're like, one's run past, and the second person clears you?
Trying to go for a bit of trigger discipline, and unfortunately, do you know how often I see trigger discipline absolutely backfire? Like, so often it works out perfectly and you get like the most ridiculous value out of it, and sometimes it's just an absolute disaster. That was one of those disaster areas. But I mean, we didn't really expect too much to come out of this round. It would have been nice if they could have gotten a kill or two, picked up some weapons, and then headed for the hills. But unfortunately, that is absolutely denied. Now, Perks is still going to try. He's going to try to get these, or a late rotation kill, but the entirety of Rebels is coming this way. Even if he gets one, there's no way he gets to keep that weapon if he even gets one.
It's looking comfortable, yeah. Panics, game time. Really unfortunately though, the bane of CT side economy, they've maintained it kind of, but like there's no AWP that's going to be coming out. They have no, like, not much is really going to be coming out from those saves. Orzuk, I don't think can really afford to drop an AWP to Panics. I just don't see that working. And like, I think Rebels have a really good start here. There was a very contestable beginning, but if Rebels win this one round, they're going to force aTTaX back onto a low buy, and they're going to be looking at a very early 7-3 lead.
Yeah, I think that's somewhat devastating if you're alternate attacks. I think we've got a little bit of a tech issue here that they're going to sort out, so don't stress too much about that. But yeah, 5-3 lead already to kick things off here. Definitely going to be feeling very comfortable with that one. And this is it. I mean, I was really excited for this Rebels roster, and just absolutely proving me right. It definitely felt like we had a little bit of spice on the desk. Yeah, you were all like, "Oh, alternate attacks, definitely one of my top two," and I'm like, "No, Polish super team." But it does keep things interesting. It does keep things entertaining. That being said, I'm not counting alternate attacks out by any means. I think once they get those guns back into their hands, if they take a moment to just calm, slow down, and read into Rebels, because Rebels like to play information starve. They're either playing information starve or they're playing fast execute. And unfortunately, it's difficult because you don't know which they're going to do from round to round. But if you can start to get a little bit of a feel for it, I think alternate attacks are still in with a very good chance of turning this around.
Yeah, I think going back to what you said, like I've never been particularly a fan of Paloma, all things said, but like I'm always happy to be proved wrong, and I think they've had some very good rounds early on, and I think alternate attacks are definitely not out, like they're nowhere near out of it, and it's still very early game. We saw with Viperio how these like 2 or 3 round leads at the beginning can kind of like fall away, and you win one gun round, like what I was saying about with like the beginning here. If alternate attacks are unable to win this next gun round, it will be difficult for them, but it's still not the end of the world. And I think if they're able to maybe just string along till the second half, win pistol round, they'll still be in it. But I also want to highlight something that I was seeing from the last game against Guild Eagles. Casey went 3-13 against Guild Eagles, and they still made it a 13-9 game. So like, I look at that and I'm like, okay, if one player can really perform that poorly, and they still do well, there's always hope. And unfortunately, I think he's having quite a rough game as well now. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's 1-6 or 1-5 right now. So he's still struggling, but like maybe he's the key they need.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe if he activates, that's where everything kind of swings back, right? But they're still in a good spot right now. The thing is, they need to maintain that momentum, and that's really where, as you said, right, that's really where Casey kind of needs to activate a little bit here. That being said, Goody and Panic are also having a little bit of a slower time for themselves. I think that really just speaks to how closely contested this has been and how well they're playing off of one another.
Oh no. Olim, the Molotov didn't quite hit him, and I think he had like a little looking cranny at first he could survive in, and then pops out, completely catches Freeze off guard, and now you can see they're already propelling over towards a bomb site. A great reaction from Rebels. Panic's just sizzling in a Molotov. I don't know what's happened there, but he's on 20 HP. He's having to cower away from the bomb site itself, and even though the rotations are here thick and fast, the utility is forcing them away. Goody is also being tagged down to 40 HP. Rebels just tickling them down. Bombs eventually going to get planted, and now with this advantage in favor of the Polish squad, this is looking pretty healthy for them. But as the smokes fade, they'd be very careful.
Oh, it's almost miraculous that they're able to survive through that spam to get that bomb down. But they're not out of the woods just yet. 3 versus 3 here with Panics being able to get 1. But now Rebels just need to hold the line. They know that it's alternate attacks who have to get aggressive. They need to play this safe. They need to play this smart. And that wasn't it. Perks waiting. It does get traded back. Flay has been phenomenal. And he will get 1 more. Now Perks, no kit, nothing left to do but to save yet again. And it must be said, Rebels' util usage has been so good from start to finish. The placement of their smokes and mollies to give them these huge advantages to create the space they need to get in onto site. So well played.
Yeah, 100%. I think that definitely could have been a round win for alternate attacks if the just whittling down of HP wasn't so prolific by Rebels. Like, I think a nade landed on someone for like 50 as well. So you have that. You have 2 Molotovs doing loads of damage. That's a really good reaction, though, from a very unfortunate opening kill. I think Olymp got away with murder early on. And that's just CS, right, isn't it? Like, the Molotov didn't tick him. Utility got pulled out, he swung through the Molotov, gets an opener, and that allows them to propel towards the A-bomb site. And now Rebels, are they just going straight towards B?
Seems that way. There is a little bit of a flank coming in here, but Olymp is ready and waiting for it. Oh! Unlucky. Swings out of the back of that flash, but it's Freeze who gets the shot. And yeah, there you go. Nice little double nade stack there. Freeze still manages to hold on to the gun, though, so he's going to be happy with that one. And Rebels, realizing that B is probably heavily fortified, probably some sort of a stack, they're just going to head out. Perks is aware, though.
Perks can be aware, but Perk is also completely on an iceberg by himself, and with no mid control, you can see how he's very wary of both Donut coming through, like from middle, and also from the A bomb site. So he's not even looking towards A. He's actually completely giving it up, and you can see as well, Panics as an MP9 clearing all these close angles, which is good for an MP9. But as soon as it gets towards middle, like he's peering down, he sees nothing, but he's been smoked off. I do like their reaction to move away from the B bomb site. Freeze is on a great flank, but I feel like this bomb site is going to get relinquished on the first point of contact, and it's going to have to be a retake. But Perks, he has to get the kill here on SNX, he does. That's a huge kill to get. Now, funneling through towards A main. As I said, both players getting annihilated. They're going to have to play for the retake now. And look at the utility. Rebels, they don't have anything. Freeze coming on the flank. He can deny the bomb. He does. 6 seconds. Time is out. Now, Perks and Goodies have to survive, but they won't. They'll take the fight to them, and alternate attacks on the low buy succeed.
Low and slow, a little bit of patience, and that will ultimately win them that round. And honestly, I liked how Rebels played that. They use their first player, they rotate out some great util in mid to block off sightlines. You know, information starve, that's the name of the game. But alternate attacks, they weren't even in mid. They weren't even looking for mid presence. They already knew, they had an inkling, they went with their gut, they rotated over, and they managed to lock down the site. And the plant denial is massive. If that doesn't happen, that round could go a completely different way.
Yeah, that's really, really good. The Deagle was singing last round. However, who is singing is Casey in this round. I kind of called him out a little bit for his bit of a rough game against Guild. But right here, he's actually such a great opener. But as soon as I sing his praises, he falls back down to reality. Freeze, he's having a phenomenal game. And also getting maybe a little bit very aggressive, getting deep into enemy lines. And the smoke is saving him for now. But I just noticed Olymp is on the A-bomb site. So the bomb is going to tuck tail and head completely array. Kisserek is just doing so much damage towards the B-bomb site. He doubles down, and Olymp still has control of the whole B-bomb site. Oh, the A-bomb site, rather.
Oh, and Perks turns back to deal with the aggression that he realizes is happening towards B. Bomb didn't even make it to A. I mean, Rebels' aggression has been so difficult for alternate attacks to fight back into. And I think that when they play the patient game, when they hold back and when they give a little bit of space, but then, because invariably Rebels give up the space that they get, if that makes sense. So instead of moving into mid, holding that space, whatever, they'll full move. So alternate attacks could take the space back and retake from there. Instead, they're playing a little bit more, not impatient, but a little bit more in Rebels' face. And when you do that, Rebels, they invariably win out in those duels. So I really want alternate attacks to play the slower game. It's the last round and a half, and if they can pull this one out, they have a decent chance in the second.
Ozark, that's a great opener on the Flay. He was very aggressive, completely away from his teammates, and that's the AWP dropped in a very crucial round for alternate attacks. 5 here would be a very different affair, and okay, sure. That's not how you're supposed to be able to get a kill, but aTTaX just runs up the B ramp in a smoke. I think there's a flashbang somewhere in there as well, but he is able to put it back to a 4 versus 4, and with that, the dust settles, and Rebels are looking to group towards the B-bomb site.
uTill definitely whittling away here for both sides, but both have done well to hold on to some of it where they can. Shots to the smoke don't connect. So Pillar not completely cleared. Goody holding here, waiting for someone to cross into his sightline. He's kept his position unknown, but it is suspected. Bomb does get planted, allowing it to happen. Now the retake has to come through, and Goody, yes, he maintained that invisible stance, and it's 2 to come through. But kisserek has been phenomenal throughout this game. Brings it back to the 2 versus 2. Olymp gets into the back line, and it's an 8-4 half for Rebels.
Part of my story, I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and get better by working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get a hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Wake up, put the work in, that's the only way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose sometimes just to win it. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up.
A very impressive final round from kisserek in that first half. A very impressive half altogether for Rebels and kisserek in general. Alternate attacks, I really thought they had that. Lovely flash plays at the end there. The MP9's getting up close and personal, but kisserek domes down 3. And with that, Rebels take 8. This pistol round could be very, very vital. If they win this, we might be seeing history repeat itself as we saw with the Para Viperio game.
Yeah, generally speaking, in MR12, 8-4 is like the minimum position you want to be on to be even remotely comfortable, right? So there's definitely a chance here for alternate attacks. That being said, their CT side was a little bit lackluster, so this T side is going to have to be absolute magic. And so far, 2 opening kills here for Rebels. What was that, Olymp?
Okay.
And there you go. That was nasty.
Yeah, bullets flying absolutely everywhere at many instances, none of them hitting anyone. I think many a reload came in there, but the fight started and ended towards middle. Rebels, that's a huge pistol round to take. On top of them winning it, they don't allow a bomb plant, and alternate attacks, they don't seem to care about that. They're going to buy straight back into it. Orzerker's dropped a AK for Goody. I highlighted him against Guild. He had an incredible performance. He's now 4-10. He's got the hero AK. If there's ever a round to show me something, this has to be the round.
Ooh. Well, MP9. MP9, what am I saying? Mac 10. Not Mac 10. What? Tech 9. I'm having a day, Freddy. I'm having a day. Guns are hard.
There's a gun that goes burr.
Bro, the only guns I know are Pal World guns at this point.
Huh?
Pal World?
Pal
Pokemon
World?
with guns? No?
Oh, that's a... what?
Where I was about to say, have you been living under a rock? And then I realized you've been sick for like 3 days. Anyway, this is the superior gun game, so we'll stick with this.
Yeah, this ain't no cartoon. This is just the real thing. But yeah, getting back to normality. Still looking... Oh, panics. Okay, that was dirty. Okay, so great from the Tech 9, but these silenced weapons seem to be the main star of the show today. As even though the bomb does go down, Perks, he's in a fairly unwinnable 1 versus 4. That is a very nice first bullet shot onto play. There is a kit in play on SNX. He'll be looking for his 4th kill of the round, and Perks dodging bullets. He's got 23 HP. The bomb's being stuck with the kit, and that's double digits for Rebels.
I mean, the fact that the bomb even gets planted in the first place is impressive in and of itself. So, you know, we take the victories where we can get them. Unfortunately, it's not a round win, and alternate attacks really needed the pistol and the force. That had to go their way. And now with Rebels hitting double digits, yes, a little bit of damage done, so they'll be happy with that, happy with them being forced to reinvest, but it doesn't stop the AWP from coming into play here for Flay, who has been very good in some of these key moments. Not a high fragger, but an impact fragger.
Yeah, he definitely hasn't gone missing, I feel like, this game. He had some awkward moments getting aggressive with the AWP, and speaking about awkward moments, SNX goes leaping through the air like a salmon, however, a little bit ungracefully crashes to the ground as, you know, just Goody's there.
He's great in third person.
Great in third person, but probably not too great for him, and for the first time in a while, actually not looking too great for Rebels. They are still leading by 6 rounds, and it most likely will be 5 after this, but that's quite an impressive and clean round, but I feel like Rebels got a little bit too over-eager.
Absolutely, right? The thing that I praise them for on their T side, that hyper-aggression that, you know, alternate attacks just could not deal with, they take that a step too far here on their CT side. They push out, they're jumping around like crazy things, and they're getting absolutely punished for it. Now they've given over a decent cache of weaponry, one of which being the AWP, and Freeze will say thank you very much. And that's a round in alternate attacks back pocket. Can't write them off just yet. They can continue playing like that. We may yet have a map on our hands, but for now, it's still Rebels with a pretty sizable lead. Unfortunately, not a sizable bank balance.
No, it feels like no one really has any money right now, and it's a bit of an unknown. But for aTTaX, what they do need to know is that they need to get a move on. They've got 5 rounds to go till they match Rebels, and we were speaking about the comeback with Viperia and Pera. This one's a lot easier. aTTaX are initiating this one a lot earlier, and it's definitely a lot more plausible when you see a position like this. Instead of 5-12, you see 5-10. And especially when money for Rebels is in such a dire position, aTTaX are going to mimic their opponent's T side by taking some control out of middle and try maybe take some of the longer range battles onto the Flays and Katies of an MP9 or an MP5 or MP5 and I hate guns. I hate words.
Welcome to my world. It's okay. It happens to the best of us, Freddy. Don't worry about it. I like this this passive play from aTTaX, right? Nice little default here, but very passive, holding the line, waiting for a little bit of info, trying to bait out some of that util where they can as well. They know that they don't want to give over too much of an advantage if they don't have to. And now they can start to take a little bit of space in towards mid. Ooh. At least it does get traded out. But that's going to be a lot of information garnered that, hey guys, it's looking like B.
Yeah, and I'm going to be interested what the rotations can get with this, because Perk's in a great position. He settled himself with a very well-placed microphone towards middle, where he can not only listen out for players rotating around Red Room, but catch them off on Donut. That's exactly what he's done, and you can see they've completely changed the directive over towards A now because of that. Olymp is the only really first responder, but unfortunately, a very tactical smoke impedes him, and it's now going to be a 3 versus 2 post-plant position for aTTaX.
Ooh, nice little pre-fire there. Forces him off of his position, but very quick to relocate again. They're actually attempting to push this case. He's going to be good for one. Knows the panics is there. Great swing. And now it's 2 versus 1. They do have a kit on board, but they need to find Perk. Somebody's got to defuse. Somebody has to hold the line. Perk swings out and he loses. How have they brought that back?
I'm in disbelief. I'm actually just astonished. Of 3, that was actually a 4 versus 2. There was a player over towards Cave that got that got taken down, kind of just as Olymp was coming onto that A bomb side, and a tactical pause, not for aTTaX, but for the Polish side, just to maybe let their opponents simmer in that for a second. I'm astonished. Of 3 versus 2 couldn't have been played any poorly. Casey, I was maybe talking some smack towards my boy here because he hasn't had the greatest of days. But if there's ever a time to get a 3K, this is it. You mentioned Flay, consistent as ever, first bullet accuracy in that 2 versus 1. Rebels, that's 11, and that could just be the game. Folded, wrapped, done. Shipped away.
I'm still reeling at the fact that there's 2 in Donut. Casey gets the first. He's able to reposition. The AWP shot misses.
Crazy.
And he follows it up.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And Perks. Oh, man. I mean, he has to peek that. He has to go for it. But he loses the battle. Well played from Rebels. The aggression once again coming back into their favor. But a nice little pause to come through here. Give a moment, slow it down, figure out next steps. On the precipice of map point, yeah, Olymp, the aggression again. But this time, it works out. A great flash to allow him to get 2 kills. And now aTTaX only have 3 players left in this round.
I think this could be done. This is the game over. I have no idea what we've been seeing from Rebels, but it's been almost like a masterclass. Like they had a great T side. Their CT side, that last round, I think it just kind of sums it all up for me. And Flay getting a very easy pick off here. Are they just gonna repeat it again? What's Perks trying to achieve here? I feel like you surely just go back and join with your teammates. Oh, this is dire straits right here for aTTaX. They're really just picking at whatever they can get, and
oh no,
in a 2 versus 5, they need to win this to have any sort of salvation whatsoever.
That pre-fire missing is absolutely heartbreaking because now it allows the regroup. And it's SNX who will swing out, get the kill. And Perks, surely, I mean, he's got so little money. Surely he tries to save here. Surely he tries to have something into the very last round. But he's still battling battling this out. He's still throwing so much into this, and he will throw his life into it as well. Minimal cash left available for alternate attacks. Series point here for Rebels. This is looking so much more one-sided than I think either of us expected coming into it.
Didn't expect this. I didn't expect it to be one-sided, like, at all, to be honest. And I didn't expect it to be a one-sided affair in favor of Rebels. That was not something I anticipated. I know. Fair enough. You win this battle, Samantha. But I don't know what's happened to alternate attack to answer a lot of my questions, and they're just running blindly into the unknown. They run into the fray, and Olymp and kisserek just clean them up. This answers all my questions for alternate attacks. I was wondering where I would place them coming into this year, and the fact they've only been able to scramble 5 rounds together on what used to be one of their best maps against a team that I would deem not as good as them. I think that basically shows where I think this German team is.
All right, Freddie, it's day 1 of their 2024 journey, and they have a brand new player that's been on their team for like a second. Let's rein that in a little bit.
He's been on for 2. Yeah, but like, there's so many rosters that have made so many changes, and the change happened like before the end of last year. The transfer happened kind of like it says like, oh, it happened now, but like it's been a thing for a while, and I feel like this is just very meek. I guess maybe I'm getting a bit too brutal. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, this is like calling the game after the pistol and the force. Like, give them a little bit of, oh my goodness, really. Give them a bit of room to breathe going forward. They haven't given up just yet. I'm gonna try and push in towards this B site here. Oh, SNX survives. Molly out, forces the position back. Casey only good for 1, but his teammate is there to trade him back. Ozek, 1v3, I believe. I have faith. He's got this.
You believe? He's upgraded.
Never seen him lose these. Never seen him lose
15 seconds. Okay.
Never mind.
Never. Sorry, what a game from the individuals there. Like, kisserek and Olymp had an absolute wonderful performance, and honestly, fair play to Rebels. That was a magnificent performance from them. And now they go 1-1. Both those teams will be 1-1 as they head on to their 3rd and final game of the day, I think.